Thank you, Mom and Dad, for turning me on to such a groovy profession. Oh, my dad and my mom, they love showbiz so much. I can remember my mom getting all of his kids to entertain at her parties. You know, my dad sitting me on his bed and teach me all of the basics of acting for a role in Sea Hunt.
Back in the 60s, we filmed Sea Hunt right here at Florida's Silver Springs. Oh, is that clear? Still a lot of action going on down there. Hi, I'm Lloyd Bridges, inviting you to join us for another action-packed story of underwater adventure 1 week from today. After taking a deep breath, I opened the valve full force so that an uninterrupted stream of bubbles would continue to rise. Now, all the air I had was what filled my lungs. I had to work quickly. I moved up toward the hull.
They love showbiz so much, and I feel an extension of them. You know, this is honoring them as much as it is me.
Between the three Bridges men, they have received 12 Emmy nominations, 3 Emmy Awards, 5 Golden Globe nominations, 3 Golden Globe Awards, 6 Oscar nominations, 1 Oscar, and 1 Grammy. Their talent, devotion to family, and dedication to this country is indisputable. The United States Navy Memorial presents the 2011 Lone Sailor Award to Lloyd Vernett Bridges, Jr., Lloyd Vernett Bridges III, and Jeffrey Leon Bridges.
Was he a great guy to grow up with, your dad?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Just
How old was he when he passed? Did he want you to act?
Oh, my God, did he want me to act.
He did?
He loved acting, loved showbiz, you know, and I can remember, you know, in the days of Sea Hunt, him sitting me on his bed there, teaching me all of the basics, you know,
And Beau, too? He wanted Beau to...
Oh, and Beau, too.
I learned about Dave Norfolk's disappearance a few days later from a man named Victor Halstaff, who looked me up at work. Halstaff was an official of the company which maintained the cable and employed Norfolk. Well, this man, the man that was drowned, was he just doing a purely routine job?
That's right. That's what makes it so hard for us to understand. He was just checking cable. Job he'd done before, dozen times.
This is it. Hello, Dolphin. We have a positive sighting. A large school of tuna. Over.
Roger, over and out.
A large school of tuna. That was our code for a sure tap. We took off at full speed. Got a boat in sight. Full speed wasn't fast enough, for it soon became apparent there was no other boat to find. We searched the empty horizon in vain. We had the entire sea to ourselves. Whoever was tapping that cable below us had reached it some other way. See? Not a thing. Not a boat in sight. I can't figure it out. Now I knew how the divers had reached the cable without being discovered. They had come from the plant itself. The connecting shaft led straight up. There was light coming from above. This had to be the diver's route.
But I think the thing I learned most about acting from him was just the joy in which he approached the thing. You know, I kind of get a similar hit with you, actually. I can really know that you enjoy doing what you do.
Yeah,
you know?
I love it.
And it's kind of when you're joyous, it's contagious, you know.
A family of talented actors and dedicated servicemen, the Bridges family has been a staple in Hollywood ever since the family patriarch, Lloyd Burnett Bridges Jr., set the stage. Born January 15, 1913 in San Leandro, California, Lloyd caught the acting bug while attending university at UCLA. There he frequently performed in stage productions with classmates. During one such performance, Bridges met Dorothy Dean Simpson. They played opposite each other in the romantic play March Hares and were married just a few short years later. In 1941, Lloyd joined the stock company at Columbia Pictures, acting in everything from Three Stooges two-reel comedies to classic pictures like Harvard, Here I Come and Sahara.
I'm afraid you don't know that part of the desert, Sergeant. It's the worst in Libya.
During World War II, Lloyd left Columbia Pictures to enlist in the U.S. Coast Guard. After the war, he returned to acting. Later, as a member of Coast Guard Auxiliary in the 11th District, he was later appointed an honorary Commodore. In 1949, Dorothy gave birth to another son, Jeffrey Leon Bridges. He would also take part in the family business, starring in his first major film before he could even walk. At just 4 months, by the late 1950s, Lloyd had starred in several feature productions, including Rocket Ship XM and the classic film High Noon. In 1958, Lloyd landed his most famous role, that of Mike Nelson, on the syndicated television hit Sea Hunt. Sons Beau and Jeff were frequent guest stars on the show, marking the first of many Bridges family collaborations. Beau and Jeff continued to follow in their father's footsteps, guest starring on his anthology series, The Lloyd Bridges Show. Just like their father Lloyd, family has always been a priority for the Bridges. Throughout their careers, they have continued to cross paths with one another. In 1986, Beau directed, co-produced, and starred in the ABC film The Thanksgiving Promise. The film featured 3 generations of Bridges, as Beau cast his mother Dorothy, father Lloyd, brother Jeff, and son Jordan.
Lips like strawberry wine. She's 16. She's beautiful.
Besides being talented actors, the Bridges family is also committed to philanthropy. Lloyd was a committed environmentalist, heavily involved in several organizations, including the American Oceans Campaign and Heal the Bay.
Hello there. I'm Lloyd Bridges. You know, 3/5 of the world is covered by the sea, and how little most of us know about that underwater world. Go below with us again next week, huh? For another thrilling adventure in Sea Hunt.
6 world-famous scientists aboard the Hydronaut, the submarine of the future, into the world of hydrospace, last great unexplored frontier on our planet, the most perilous mission ever devised by man. While within the submarine, human passions erupt with explosive impact.
What are you trying for anyway?
What are you, her father?
That's just
What are you, 2 Boy Scouts or something? You're supposed to be scientists. When are you going to start acting like it?
Get me the Hydronaut!
A race against time to save the capitals of the world from destruction.
It's interlocked.
Everywhere on Earth, their fabulous achievement is acclaimed. But what about the people trapped at the bottom of the sea?
No water warrant, Roger. 388, 3888, see the woman, 415 Pike, 2701 Wilder, code 2. 13 Zebra 20, 13 C20, go to Tech 2, Zebra 223, Roger. Zebra 22, verify out to Newton.
Paul X-ray 83, Paul Sam William.
There's a war going on out there.
What we got is a very bad shooting.
You've been retired.
Thank you, Wayne. I'm getting out of here.
This is a go for a ding in room 504.
But there's nothing beautiful about the prospect of being gunned down by wood.
Lloyd passed away at the age of 85. In 2009, his wife Dorothy also passed. In 2010, after 4 career nominations, Jeff won an Academy Award for his role as Bad Blake in Crazy Heart.
Stop, here we go. Ready!
Have you been an acting coach for Jeff and Beau all these years?
In the beginning, now I think they probably coach me more than I coach them.
Yeah, they're two fine actors, aren't they? They're two very different kinds of actors, but they're two very different kind of boys, aren't they?
Yeah, that was, I guess, one of our high points. My wife and I, we really were proud parents.
He became so well known worldwide as a diving expert, like it or not, he didn't consider himself a diving expert, that there was a company came out with a long line, a big line of Lloyd Bridges diving equipment. A genuine Lloyd Bridges one-man kayak, inflatable, perfect condition, 60 years old, perfect condition, ready to use, although I don't actually take it in the water. So there's an actual film, that's an episode of Sea Hunt right there. And there's a tin can that it was shipped in, that's right. Because although the episodes were filmed in Hollywood, they were shown all over America, all over the world actually. And in order to get from Hollywood to Buffalo, New York City, Minnesota, Seattle, whatever, they would actually ship the film, this big thing, in a tin can to your local TV studio. There's a picture of me sitting in my, what we call my Sea Hunt room, sitting beside my collection of films. I have over 100 of those original 16mm Sea Hunt episodes on film. So these are actually these red books are the scripts that the actors actually held in their hands that they used during the filming of the Sea Hunt episodes. Next to that, there's a well-known LP. But there was a record called Hear How to Skin Dive with Lloyd Bridges. And there's my copy of that in mint condition. There actually is a Sea Hunt underwater adventure game. Yeah, and you open it up in there, and there's little players and a board game. And you roll the dice or spin the spinner and play the game. And another one over here, Sea Hunt, based on the exciting TV adventure series with Mike Nelson. Yeah, another Sea Hunt game over here. This one, it's by Merit, quite relatively rare, that particular magazine. When the Sea Hunt TV series became very, very popular, people said, I want to learn more about it. Well, Dell Publishing got the rights to make comic books. And they produced comic books, first of all, of course, in North America. And then Sea Hunt was so popular around the world that other countries started making comic books as well. Now, the comic books, of course, were the kids to read and be excited about Sea Hunt between the weekly episodes. Now, these comics here, produced in Mexico, written in Spanish for the Mexican market, are identical to the North American comic. Of course they are, because it's the same magazine. It's just written in Spanish for the Mexican market. And the same thing happened all over. Here's one from the UK, from Britain. Here's one from Australia. These ones down here are from Brazil. These are the German comics. There's a whole bunch of them. Remember, there were 13 original North American comics. There are 20 German comics. What's with that? Okay, watch. Here they are here. You see, you recognize these pictures? These are the same pictures that we have up here, the same pictures. All right, very same pictures. This is Mike Nelson, sure is. Because this table here has the original scuba equipment, skin diving equipment, used by Mike Nelson. Now, let me clarify. So we're able to determine exactly what make and model of this equipment. It just takes a long time to get it. This equipment is 60 years old, okay? There's another interesting item in my collection, very rare as well. I've only ever seen one. This is a Sea Hunt raft, Sea Hunt raft. And this was actually made by a company called Voight. See what it says in the end? Now, there's that raft. There's the Sea Hunt raft. There it is right there. I have 5 different copies of Mask and Flippers because they're all a little bit different. One's in German. One's from the UK, so it's in UK English, which is different from our English, but you know what I mean. And all different. Then there's all kinds of other books, TV books, all types of books. Here's some hardcover books written in German. Each of these hardcover, these are actually hardcover books. They're not comic books, but they have the same types of stories inside as the comic books. And over here, this display is filled with TV guides. TV guides from all over the world, actually. I have a TV guide from every state in the Union. So Kentucky, New York City, that's not a state, but you know what I mean, Atlanta and Duluth, Vancouver, BC, Phoenix, Portland. This is a Catholic guide. 60 years old, perfect condition, cardboard, blister pack, old plastic. Looks like it's never been used. 49 cents, by the way. You couldn't buy it from me for $490 now. But anyway, 2 reels, and there's Mike Nelson and instructions on the back on how to use it. Very, very proud of that. So almost all of the equipment that was actually used on Sea Hunt is gone. There's one item in particular that still exists, and it was Lloyd's. And it was given to his son, Jeff Bridges, who you undoubtedly know, famous actor, Oscar winner, and he wears it proudly to this day, and occasionally mentions that it belonged to his dad. But it's gone. So when I say that this is a massive Mike Nelson war on the Sea Hunt series, what I mean is this is the same mask. I don't know if you can see inside there, Kevin. Can you see that hole inside? In there? That's where the air came out. Why is that good? Well, because it washes right across the face. This mask never fogged up, which is good. Yeah, good. You can still use them. No reason why not. Pretty standard 1/4 NPT compression fitting. But I'm in the process now of watching every episode of Sea Hunt to see if I can spot these various items so I can actually say, okay, this item was used in episode so-and-so. It's a lot of work watching all those episodes, but I'm struggling through it. I love it. And I want to find these items in there, and that'll prove that they're actually shown. And so that's about it, guys. I got a Sea Hunt episode running here as we're watching. You can see Mike Nelson up there. That's it. A little bit of my collection. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it'll give you some incentive to start collecting your own things. If you have Sea Hunt items, call me, email me, get a hold of me. We can do some trading. It's a lot of fun. That's it. The Sea Hunt collection. Alec Pierce from Sea Hunt. I hope you enjoyed that.
I'll be back next week at the same time with another Sea Hunt story. Plan to be with us again, huh?